Hey YouTube, it's Charlie from Just a Reading Mama, and today I am sharing my TBR for middle grade March. Middle grade March is probably my favorite readathon out of the whole year. I look forward to it every single year, and I'll link the host down below and you can go check out their video all about it. And they also always do videos with recommendations for middle grade books and books that would work for the different prompts that they have, so I'll link that down below so you can go check it out. To participate in middle grade March, literally all you have to do is read a middle grade book in March, and then they have a whole bunch of fun things, like they have merch and they have a group read, and they have different prompts and they have live streams and all sorts of fun things. I absolutely love using their prompts to pick books every year and really focus on reading a lot of middle grade books during March. A lot of the books on my TBR list for the year that are middle grade, I'll read during March just for fun. The day that I'm filming this is the last day of February, but I probably won't get it edited and uploaded till a little bit into March, but I'm hoping to get it in early in March. I wanted to do it earlier, but we got knocked out by some sort of sickness in February. Like, a lot of February was spent sick. My kids got the nasty cold, whatever is going around here, and they were knocked out for like a week and a half. And then my husband and I got it, and we were knocked out for like 2 weeks. It's over 2 weeks now since I've gotten it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I still feel congested a little bit. It's all in the back now, and so it's not as bad. And I still have sinus pain. It was all sinus stuff, and had terrible sinus stuff last week, and that I was trying to deal with and get rid of it. So I couldn't get to this video sooner, but I am really excited for middle grade March, and I have planned out my TBR sooner. I just didn't have a chance to share it earlier. The group read for middle grade March is the first on my TBR list, and is Max in the House of Spies by Adam Gidwitz. And this is an historical fiction following a Jewish boy during World War II who becomes a British spy, and it looks really fun, really interesting. I always love historical fiction. I also tend to really like middle grade historical fiction, so this one should be right in my wheelhouse. The first prompt that they have is a name in the title, and for this prompt I am picking Olivetti by Ali Millington. And Olivetti is the name of the book, and then also is the name of the main character of the book, which is actually a typewriter. And it's a middle grade book because the typewriter is working with a boy to discover what happened to his mom. His mom goes missing, and him and the typewriter are working together, and it's all from the perspective of a typewriter, which is an interesting premise, and I am really interested in checking out this book. I also love the cover of this book, which makes me even more excited to read it. Prompt 2 is to read a book with books on the cover, and I actually had a really hard time finding a middle grade book that had books on the cover, just in general. I went through my TBR list, and none of the books that I want to read had books on the cover, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll look at the middle grade books that I own that I haven't read yet. Couldn't find any. So then I was like, well, I'll just go to Goodreads, and I'll just go through my entire list of middle grade books on my TBR list on Goodreads, and I couldn't find any. And so then I was like, well, what am I gonna do? So then I kept looking and looking, and one of the books that I want to read in March is Anne of Green Gables, and I found this cover that has a book on the cover, and so I'm counting it, especially because I wanted to read Anne anyway. I am doing a readathon, a personal readathon this year to read all of the books in the Anne series, because I've only read a few of them before, so I'm going to reread those because I love them. And then I'm going to finish off this series, and I'm really excited for that. And I thought that March would be the perfect time to start the series because Anne of Green Gables is just one of the best middle grade books out there. The third prompt is to read a historical fiction. And again, I love middle grade historical fiction, so I was really excited for this one. I actually had a book that I've been wanting to read for a while on my TBR list for the year that I picked, called The Star That Always Stays by Anna Rose Johnson. This book is set in 1914, and it follows a girl of Native American heritage who has to kind of hide who she is, where she lives, because she's moving from the country to the city. And I think it explores her identity and maybe some of the history around her people and things like that, all set in 1914. The book is inspired by the author's own family history, which is also something that I love, and so I'm really excited to read this book. Prompt number 4 is to read a book with siblings featured in it. And I love this prompt because I love books with families and siblings and strong family relationships, especially middle grade. For this one, I picked a book that I have owned and wanted to read for a while now called Okay for Now by Gary D. Schmidt. This one is a coming of age story following a boy who has to, with the help of a new friend, he has to kind of figure out his relationship with a whole bunch of people like his peers and his father who is abusive and his brother who is a Vietnam War vet. I'm expecting to feel all the feels with this one, and I do expect for it to have a lot of strong family themes and kind of exploring, when families might not look the way that you want them to and how you might handle that, especially from a kid's perspective. Prompt number 5 is to read a book by a BIPOC author. BIPOC stands for Black, Indigenous, or Person of Color. For this one, I had the perfect book already because it's one that everybody has been talking about and it's one that I've wanted to read for a while. It's called Blood in the Water by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is a middle grade thriller, and I have read middle grade mysteries, but I don't know if I've ever read one that was classified as a thriller, but this one is very much classified as a thriller. I think it has sharks in it. And I'm really excited because I love thrillers, but I also tend to not want really gory or intense books, and so I think middle grade thriller is going to be the perfect combination for me. Those are all of the prompts, but I do have some other middle grade books I am wanting to read in March, and so I'm just going to share them here real fast. The first one is The Candy Makers by Wendy Mass. I actually don't know a lot about it other than that it was recommended to me and I saw it on sale as an audiobook, so I bought it, and then my 11-year-old daughter listened to it and she has been telling me ever since then that I need to read it because apparently it has really good plot twists and really good characters, and so I told her that I would read it in March because of middle grade March, and so I'm going to. Another audiobook that I own that I would like to listen to in March is Allies by Alan Grant. Last March, I listened to a different historical fiction by Alan Grant and I loved it. I thought it was so well done, and I expect Allies to be really similar, and I'm really excited to read it. Allies follows a whole cast of characters on D-Day and kind of like the day leading up to D-Day and things, and follows a whole bunch of from all different sides, like different sides of the conflict and everything, and I think it's going to be a really comprehensive book for middle grade. My read aloud with my kids is a middle grade book, and we are reading Little House on the Prairie right now. We're actually reading the whole series this year together because I've never actually read the whole series with them, and so far they're loving it, and the most fun part has been how much my 4-year-old son has really been into the books. I would also love to read Bed Knob and Broomstick by Mary Norton, and this is a classic that I've seen the movie but I've never actually read, and I would just love to read it. And finally, I want to read The Steps by Wendelin Van Draanen. This is actually another middle grade thriller that I am really excited to get to. I love Wendelin Van Draanen as an author. I love the way she writes characters and her writing style. This is her newest release. It released just recently last year, I think in September maybe, and I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet, and so middle grade March feels like the perfect time to read a middle grade by her. It should be really fun. So those are the books that I am reading in March for middle grade March. I would love to hear if you have read and liked any of these books, what you're reading in March for middle grade March, or what some of your favorite middle grade books are. Let me know in the comments below and we can chat about books. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next one.